Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of Game 3 in a matchup between Mouse Naama and Mouse Mana here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. Game 3 in, I believe, to be the DreamHack tournament. Gonna go ahead and start this back up. And now Mana doing a great job just dealing a lot of damage back and forth across this whole entire infantry group here. So Naama trying to move out. He does have a decent sized army out here, but a lot of damage has been dealt. Colossus now on the move, trying to deal more damage. Siege tanks unable to get any blasting in, and in comes another Psy Storm. So very, very nicely positioned, making it very difficult for any of those Marines and Marauders to deal any damage. Vikings once again on the engagement, trying to take down that last Colossus there, and now more fighting, more damage has been dealt. So Naama getting caught once again a little bit out of position, and now Naama trying to deal some damage over here towards these probes. Those probes are going to take some damage there. One probe has been taken down, however, one quick slice from that Colossus able to finish off all those Marines there. So Marines, just do not run head on into a group there, as now we see more probes being transferred here onto this natural expansion here. So no additional mining to be seen, as more bunkers and missile turrets are trying to be placed down. Siege tanks continue to blast away. Stalkers now trying to move out. Are those High Templars going to be able to get off any Psy Storm there? Needs to get some Psy Storm, and there we go. Another group of Psy Storm doing a lot of damage across those units there, and now more damage has been dealt. Another really, really well-placed Psy Storm there, almost taking down a couple Stalkers and Marauders from friendly fire. And now Naama needs to just pretty much retreat. He cannot win this war of attrition just because the amount of energy on those High Templars are just going to reach critical mass relatively quickly. You can see that those missile turrets are going to get cleaned up here, and now Naama being forced to just try to roll back and now perhaps take an additional expansion somewhere else. You can see Naama now trying to take down this one set of destructible rocks here, but that engagement was absolutely huge. 2850 versus 3450 now. You can see more production coming in from Naama, so Naama looking to be in a very, very strong position indeed, as another Marine gets taken down there. Siege tanks are activating this Xel'Naga watchtower, so those Stalkers are going to take a lot of damage very, very quickly. Down goes one of those Stalkers there, and now one probe here now trying to warp in a Nexus in order to set up a natural expansion, a third base here on the high yield mineral location. You see in comes a scanner sweep, so the scanner sweep able to get sight of that one Nexus over here. Come on, click there. Yeah, Naama was able to get sight of that Nexus as these Colossi now try to move out into this location. We can see the planetary and orbital command now trying to be moved off into this location here, lifted off from the main base. So currently not mining any gas from that main base, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem if this game goes even longer, just because he is now going to be limited off of the 6-4 geysers instead of the 6 that eventually Mana will be able to. However, with that orbital command in play, and now some mules being called down from the sky, the income from Naama should be able to take hold and become very, very strong. But there is no planetary fortress here. Siege tanks once again on the move, trying to siege up. There is some long distance mining here with these probes, so those probes able to do some long distance mining, able to help add to the coffer here. Currently you can see Naama currently double the mining speed, and now in comes another group and another fight here. We have one Nexus, and that Nexus is gonna get picked apart. Will we see a Psy Storm? That Psy Storm needs to be cast. There's that Psy Storm, pretty much misses any of those units, and now in come those Stalkers. The Nexus was taken down, and wow, that's going to hurt the economy of Mana once again. Back here you can see Naama just pretty much mining out of this location. So as he mines out of this location, he's going to get a very, very strong economy. And now I believe that Naama just has a pure economic advantage so far. However, the amount of splash damage from those High Templar and those Colossus may be enough. I'm not sure, as the army size is 5,700 versus 4,325. Another Nexus currently being warped in, and that's the only thing currently being built. Army-wise, 170 versus 153. Income-wise, you can see more harvesters for Mana, but Mana not having all that much anyways. So Mana now needing about another 40 game seconds in order to complete that one Nexus, and now getting level 1 weapons upgrade. So Mana needs to get some damage dealt. Marauders once again stimming in, trying to deal more damage. Stalkers now trying to come in as well. Psy Storm dealing a lot of damage, and now feedback across some of those medevacs. So those medevacs are now taking a lot of damage, and now one of those medevacs were picked out of the sky. So a very, very clean pick there. The Nexus nearing completion, didn't take any critical damage. Those shields were able to absorb most of that damage there. You can see it up to 1,000 hit points now, and now those shields are quickly recharging once again. A quick scanner sweep reveals pretty much the army standing by, ready to deal more damage. Level 1 weapons up or armor upgrade now coming online as a Zealot trying to come down into this position here, making sure that there is no expansion. We do see one observer here as the army now tries to move out. Siege tanks are sieging up just outside of blast range, and now in comes a Psystorm, so those siege tanks unable to blast away at that nexus. However, the Marauders are simply able to just simply attack, move into that group there, and those siege tanks able to get off a lot of clean hits. Naama sitting on a dozen siege tanks, a lot of Marines and Marauders. Sorry, just a lot of Marauders. Marines are very, very, very fresh on hit points as the income is continuing to be built. I'm still surprised that no Nexus is being placed down here by Mana. Mana needs to get another Nexus and not trying to place down this one here. We now see an army coming out, moving very, very carefully. One observer able to gain sight into this location. And that's the only thing that's really saving anything so far. Production-wise, level 1 weapons upgrade will be completed. There we go, now completed. And now perhaps we can move into level 2 upgrades, as well as the Twilight Council is down here. We do see Zealot charge, but that is it. A sensor tower, now Stalkers and Colossi moving in. Very, very nicely done, using Psystorm all over the place, getting a lot of damage dealt very, very quickly. Stalkers now continue to move out. And wow, that was a really, really clean fight. Let me rewind that for you guys. So, one more time. So, income disengagement. Stalkers, a lot of High Templars, getting a lot of Psystorm across these units here, and now just trying to deal more damage towards all the infantry. Infantry getting picked apart by critical Psystorms, and all of those Psystorms pretty much cleaned up much of the army of Naama. Naama now down to a 2150 army, and now I do not believe, yeah, only one Viking left in this force, and that means that these Colossi will be able to come in and deal much more damage very, very easily there. With only one Viking in there production-wise, we need to get more Vikings, otherwise those Colossi are going to be able to reach critical mass and then just deal damage very easily. You can see back over here, Mana currently sitting on 6 High Templar, and those High Templar, a lot of them have enough energy for Psystorm, and now Naama taking up another base, lifting off from his natural expansion in order to start mining out of at this 9 o'clock location. A walk of shame pretty much for all of these probes here. Mouse Mana staying in this game with a sheer number of long distance mining. However, so many harvesters were taken down by Naama, or Naama lost so many harvesters that the economy difference is pretty much the same so far. Back over here, Zealots now continuing to do more scouting. You can see Mana does not know about this expansion just quite yet. And now with those Colossi simply may be able to walk up this ledge and deal a lot of damage towards those SCVs here. The Nexus nearing completion, a lot of units, and now an Archon also being merged as well. That Archon only taking 35 damage per attack from those siege tanks. SCVs joining in order to try to repair some of these siege tanks. One sensor tower here, and then also trying to keep that Xel'Naga watchtower here. One Marine. Zealot now making its way over here. Will it be able to see this one Marine? No, does not see that one Marine, as more SCVs doing some more long distance mining. So now Naama doing a great job getting back up to 1,500 minerals a minute, compared to Mana's currently sitting at 1,000. So he's currently mining off of 6 mineral patches, and that is it so far. And now once again on the move. I do believe that the Zealots are quickly going to spot this location here. Zealots trying to fight back against all those SCVs, and SCVs are being forced to run away. And now you can see that the economy difference now down to 560. Another fight in here, dealing a lot of damage across those missile turrets, and really nothing really lost by not Mana. So Mana really coming back into this game so far. And now if the Protoss is able to get back into this game, that's going to be a very, very just a miracle, as what Naama had Mana on the ropes for just so long. More SCVs back over here. We have one Zealot or 2 Zealots trying to engage, quickly trying to take down more of those SCVs. However, those SCVs do move more quickly than those Zealots. And even with that Zealot charge upgrade, you need to wait for that Zealot charge to reactivate every couple of seconds. I believe the cooldown is, what, 20 game seconds there. Zealots quickly taking down a lot of those Marauders here. Marines also getting cleaned up as well. More Zealots trying to engage. Not much is really happening army-wise. 4,000 versus 4,575, and Mana still able to somehow keep within this game. And now the Stim Pack now trying to pull back with this army. Will it be able to take down this Nexus here? Marine now trying to make its way over. However, that Marine just going to get quickly sliced apart as another Marine runs along the backside here, trying to see if there's any mining happening off of this location. No mining that he can see, and now Mouse Mana does not see that Marine either. We now see a couple Zealots coming in over here. Are we going to get this High Templar? High Templar may be able to get off a Psystorm across some of those, and now be able to Psystorm onto all of those SCVs. SCV is now being forced to stop mining once again. And that one High Templar once again getting taken down. One Marine over here does have 2-1 upgrades, but Mana continuing to just macro up a very, very large and strong army. Level 2 upgrades on that Archon, so those Archons able to deal 43 damage per attack, with a slight splash damage as well. Naama now finally transferring some SCVs over into this back location as well, as some Zealots are running around. Are we going to get another engagement here? Yes, that is a lot of Zealots. Those Zealots will be able to just simply charge in and get a lot of damage dealt across multiple siege tanks, multiple Psystorms, and then dealing so much damage once again. Psystorm underneath, Medevacs dealing so much damage. Stalkers just being able to fight and just simply walking through. And wow, I believe Naama is going to lose this game, and Naama says GG. So a great comeback between Mana and Naama here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. The Protoss player was on the ropes for so long, being forced to do long distance mining. However, Naama just started to get sloppy with his gameplay. And with sloppy gameplay, especially against High Templars and Colossi, that large amount of splash damage against tightly packed units simply dealt so much damage that Naama was unable to recover. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay and Game 3 in a best of 5 series, I believe, between Naama and Mana here in the Xel'Naga Caverns.